Now we are starting with the chapter 1 measurement of class 7th. The first topic in the measurement is area. Area. Area is a surface occupied by any of the object. Suppose you are given with the cube over here or a cuboid of a regular shape and you put in a room. So when you're putting this in a room, it occupies some space. It acquired some space over here. This space is an area acquired by it. That is this area. If you put a cube or a cuboid on a table, this area, that is the shaded one, this is a portion acquired which is called area. That is, the area is called the space or surface. Now the next topic is density. Density. Density is defined as a substance, density of a substance taken mass per unit volume. That is, the density is taken as a mass per unit volume. So density, it can be of a liquid also, density can be of a solid also, and densities of can be of gases also. So density is taken as of a substance mass per unit volume, and the density defined as taken as density, formula for the density is density is equals to mass upon volume. Density in solids, density in solids and liquids, density in solids and liquids can be increased or decreases as due to the temperature. So if you increase the temperature, if temperature increases, density in solid and liquid both, density in solids and liquids, it's same for both of them, liquids both decreases, and it is inversely proportional to the temperature. Okay, so the density is defined as the mass per unit volume. Formula for the density is mass upon volume, and density in solids and liquids can be temporarily affected by the temperature increases, then the density in solid and liquids both decreases. Now it comes for the gases. Gases. In gases also, density decreases as temperature increases, but it's slightly more than solids and liquids. So you have to remember this, that in gases also, in solids also, and in liquids also, the temperature, as the temperature increases, density decreases. But especially in the cases of gases, it is slightly more than the solids and liquids. Now we will discuss the formulas. Now we have already discussed the formulas for the density. That is, density is equals to mass upon volume, which can be written as capital D is equals to m upon v. As I think, as many of you know, that the mass has a SI unit and a CGS unit. The mass has a SI unit, that is the kg, and the CGS unit it has, which is gram, upon the volume has a SI unit meter cube, and the volume has a CGS unit to be centimeter cube. This means SI unit of density is kg per meter cube, while the CGS unit of density, CGS unit of density is gram per centimeter cube. This is a way you are going to find out the density for the SI unit and the CG's unit of density. And there is one more impact, a very important impact, that is 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube. Okay, so you always remember that the 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 10 to the power 3, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. Now the next topic is relative density. Relative density. Or specific gravity. You can also call it as specific gravity. You can also call it as specific gravity. Okay, now the next topic is relative density and a specific gravity. The relative density is defined as a relative density of a substance taken in the defined ratio of a density of a substance with respect to the density of water at a 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the relative density is given as relative density notated by R, put a dot and a capital D, is equal to density of a substance taken with respect to the density of water density of water at 4 degree Celsius. So this is a way you are going to take the density of any substance with respect to the density of water at 4 degree Celsius. It can also be defined as another formula for defining it is in a form of mass, that is mass of any volume of a substance, any volume, it can be of any volume. Suppose you have taken 1 centimeter cube of a volume, so it is very compulsory for you have to take the same volume of the water also. So mass of any volume of a substance whole upon mass of same volume of water at the same temperature, that is at 4 degree Celsius. As you can see over here that in the numerator, density of a substance is also density, this is also density, both have the same numerator and denominator. It means relative density has no unit, so it is undefined with a unit. Now the next topic is relative density bottle. Now you're defining the relative density bottle. Okay, relative density bottle is the way of finding out the relative density of any liquid with the help of this bottle. Okay, so this relative density bottle is a type of conical shape. This relative density bottle is used to find out the density of any liquid. You can find out the relative density of any liquid. How it is made? How it is made? Just in a form of simple bottles were there in a form of conical shape. They were like this type of bottles over here. Okay, this type of bottle. Okay, and fitted with a cork. And the cork shape is nothing, is like this. The cork shape is like this, and it is open at this, somewhat open at this end. So when you put this cork over here, it is somewhat open at this end. So whatever the liquid is over here, okay, it reaches to this position, and by this help, using some important formula, we can find out the relative density of any liquid with help of this bottle. Okay, so relative density bottle is used to find out the relative density of a liquid. Okay, so with this help you can find out the relative density of any liquid. Okay, we will discuss over here the one of the important example to demonstrate this. So how you can measure the relative density of a liquid using a relative density bottle? So write as in a form of question also, you can write in a form of question also, or in a demonstration also. These type of numericals come in the examination. Okay, so the topic for this is measuring of a relative density of a liquid, measuring of a relative density of a liquid with the help of relative density bottle. Okay, so measuring of a relative density of a liquid with the help of relative density bottle. Okay, so what we do, we will take a relative density bottle. Okay, my diagram is not that much good. I just make you to understand. I have taken a relative density bottle. Okay, it's somewhat of different shape, but just trying it to make. Okay, so it's a relative density bottle. Relative density bottle. Okay, and I suppose it to have a mass m1. This mass of this empty bottle is m1. So I take in mass of empty bottle to be m1. Okay, this mass of this empty bottle is taken to be m1. Okay, now I fill it with let it be any liquid. Suppose I fill it with some alcohol. Okay, I want to check the relative density of an alcohol. So I have taken alcohol. I take an alcohol. Okay, and fill it with it. So I fill it with this alcohol. Okay, so I have told you before in the explanation that we have to put a cork. Okay, if we do not put the cork, the smell and everything will flood away over there and here. So I try to put the cork in the diagram. As I told you, my diagram is not that much good. Just making you to try to understand. So I put a cork with a green pen, you can see. And as I put a cork over there, this alcohol rises over here. That will be easy for you to calculate. Here, the mass of the empty bottle is m1 and the mass of a and the mass, or you can say the weight, anything which you can take. Okay, so we will take the mass of an alcohol which we have filled in the bottle is m2. So we have filled it with the mass of an alcohol with m2. Mass of alcohol, just let it be take m2. Okay, so I fill it with the alcohol. Okay, now the next, as I have told you before, whenever you like to have the relative density, it is very necessary to compare it with the water, because if you do not compare it with the water, the relative density is not possible. So first, what you have to do, you have to compare it with the mass of the water filled within it. So first, what you have to do, you have to take a relative density bottle. First, you have to take the mass of the empty bottle, then you fill it with the water. Okay, take that mass and then again you fill it with the alcohol. Okay, so here I will suppose mass of water to be m3. Okay, so these are the three portions you have to take. Okay, now the next is how you are going to calculate that what will be the mass of alcohol within a bottle, because this m2 and m3 is nothing. This is a mass of alcohol and the mass of water within a bottle, because this is not outside, it is within a bottle. So you have to first take a bottle, measure it with the empty mass, that is the m1 has came. Now fill it with the water. This bottle mass, name it as m3, and then empty it. Again fill this bottle with the alcohol and name that mass to be m2. Okay, now your work is to find out the mass of this alcohol and mass of this water. Alone doesn't mean for within the bottle, you have to alone have to find it. Okay, so to find out only the mass of alcohol, not within a bottle, mass of alcohol, mass of alcohol. So mass of alcohol, you can quantify M2 minus M1. So M2 minus M1. Okay, and the mass of water, mass of only water, what you have to do? M3 minus M1. So M3 minus M1. Now, how you're going to find out the relative density? As I have told you before, in the denominator, there should be mass of water, because the relative density is always found with the help of the water. So to find out the relative density of alcohol, relative density of alcohol is mass of alcohol upon mass of water. Mass of water. Okay, so mass of alcohol is M2 minus M1, and mass of water is M3 minus M1. So this is a way you are going to find out the relative density of alcohol. This is one of the best demonstration, and as I have told you before, it has flow unit. Now the next topic is float and sink. Okay, when the body floats and when the body sinks. Okay, float. In the condition of float, it is very necessary that the weight of the body, or let it be not the weight, let the density of the body must be less than the density of the liquid in which it floats. So for the flotation of the body, density of a object, whatever the density of an object, must be less than the density of liquid. Okay, so if the density of an object is less than the density of liquid, then the body get float. Okay, so remember that if a body wants to float, its density of an object must be less than the density of liquid. But it doesn't happen for the sink. For the sink, density of a object must be greater than density of liquid. Density of liquid. So please remember that for the float, this is a condition, and for the sink, this is a condition. Now the next topic of discussion is speed. Speed. When you ride a bicycle, or when you drive a scooty or a car, anything, you must know that you want to increase the speed, and you feel very good also, and somewhat will be very accidental also. So but please, speed, how can be speed can be defined in terms of physics. Speed defined as the distance traveled by an object in time interval. You can say a time interval, and will be easy for you to understand time interval. So whatever the distance you cover over here by an object in time interval is called the speed. The formula for the speed over here is used as distance traveled upon time taken. The unit for here is, as you know, the distances can be meter, kilometer. So when you're using the meter, the time taken to be seconds. Okay. And if you are taking the distance to be in kilometer, the time taken to be in hours. So the unit of the speed is meter per second or kilometer per hour. There are two types of speeds: uniform speed and a variable speed. And a variable speed. Okay, uniform speed, how you can understand? Suppose there is a person starts from this position A. He covers to the B position about 5 kilometer in you can say 2 hours. Okay, now from B to C he covers again 5 kilometers in 2 hours. Okay, then from C to D he again covers 5 kilometers in 2 hours. This type of distance travel in which from each and every point the distance travel and the time taken is same. It doesn't change. So uniform speed is defined as the equal distance travel in equal interval of time. So uniform speed equal distance traveled equal distance traveled whole upon in equal interval of time. That is, there is no even a not a time change. While in the variable speed, as you the word suggests, the variable speed, variable means keep on changing. That is, now the next question form, from A to B, he covers about 2 kilometer in 1 hour. Then from B to C, he came over here and he covered 3 kilometer in 2 hours. And then from C to D, he covers about 1.5 kilometer in 1 hour. Okay, so this is a way he covers the distances in unequal distances in unequal interval of time. So variable speed is given as variable speed is given by unequal distance in unequal interval of time. Unequal interval time. Now the important thing is you want to change kilometer per hour in meter per second. To change the kilometer per hour into the meter per second, what you have to do is just remember this portion. 1 meter per second is equals to 5 upon 18 kilometer per hour. Per hour. Whenever you like to change meter per second into the kilometer per hour or kilometer per hour into meter per second, you have to use this formula. Okay. Now there is one more topic which I forget to tell you. That is, what is the difference between the density and the relative density? Density and relative density is almost the same thing. There's nothing changed. Then relative density you have to take with respect to the comparison with the water at 4 degrees Celsius, and density of the body tell about the mass upon volume. So density in gram per centimeter cube, that is the CGS unit, is equal to the relative density. You have to remember this form also. Do not forget these type of forms, very important for your chapter. Now this finishes your chapter measurement. Okay, at the end of this video you will get some of the exercises, some of the important question answers and very important numericals with their answers. So please copy down these answers in your notebook, get it completed, just revise it what you I have told you, then try to do that questions of your own, learn the definitions which is given over there. Okay, thank you.